What's up, guys? BC Amplified coming at you early in the morning. Felt like I should say some actual words on the passing of Jay Briscoe. Because last night, like I'm sure many of you guys, we were just not even in shock at first. We were just not believing it, right? It's like that 5, 6, 7 stages of grief, whatever it is. And at the very top is denial, right? BC was just in denial. There was no way social media prank or some idiot got some bad information and passed it along. After 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it'll all be cleared up and everybody will realize Jay Briscoe is just fine, right? That's the game we're playing at that point. There's no way this is real because, come on, Jay Briscoe, of all people? Jay Briscoe is the man's man, right? I mean, you look at this dude, if you followed him over the years, this guy can walk through Armageddon and walk out on both legs, smiling, spitting, and smoking. That's Jay Briscoe. So there was no way this news was correct. I'll give it a little bit of time, and everything will be cleared up, and we'll wait for the Briscoes' next match. Unfortunately, though, more word came in. That was not what we wanted to hear. More words came in. Reputable sources started chiming in. News stations chimed in. And it was starting to become more and more real and more evident that there's some truth to this. Some. You're still in denial, right? So you're still like, all right, well, maybe there was an accident or something, but obviously he's fine because it's Jay Briscoe. He can walk through Armageddon, smiling, spitting, smoking, being Jay Briscoe. There's no way that we're going to lose Jay Briscoe, just a bad accident. And then there comes a point where you literally have to accept that is what happened. We lost Jay Briscoe. And it is no secret on this channel, because I've said it 80 billion times, that the Briscoes were my favorite tag team in the world because they captivated me like no other tag team. They made you, wherever they were wrestling, they made you find that channel. They made you find a way, go on platforms like this to watch the match. But they captivated you to the point where you would have to find where their matches are because they were that good. They did it without the WWE or AEW because nobody wanted to give them a chance. WWE, before all the controversy with the Briscoes, no, they said they weren't aesthetically pleasing enough to be on their television shows. You would think WWE that'd be a good thing. That means they're special, they're unique. Not every wrestler should look the same, feel the same, be the same. They're not boxes waiting to be shipped out of the Amazon distribution center. No, these are professional wrestlers. Every day we see the same type of wrestler be shipped out of that distribution center, right? Every wrestler today is a carbon copy of one another. They all get spit out. They all look the same. They got the black trunks. They can do flips. They can do dives. But they don't check off nearly all the boxes of what it takes to be a damn great, captivating professional wrestler. Well, that's what Jay Briscoe did. Time after time, night after night, show after show, match after match. So last night, there was just no words. I pretty much just put that in a little tribute package, and I thank the thousands of you that caught that, by the way. I put that tribute up as soon as I realized, like, this was very real. This is my dude. That's my favorite tag team. I took it upon myself to say, I got a show. I can't really speak on it right now. Literally, I just could not. Because I was just shocked and befuddled. But I said, you know what? What I can do is show my love for for Jay Briscoe, his family. In fact, Ashley, his wife, just put out this message just a couple of hours ago. And Ashley says the following: "We need prayers. Gracie is on her way into surgery on her back. Jay would want the whole world praying for his little girl. We believe in the power of prayer. Prayer for the doctors and everyone working on her. Pray for her precious legs to move again. Pray for Jay Lee, who has some pretty serious issues, but is stable and resting. Pray for Gannon, waiting at home. Pray for strength for all of us. We have a long, long road ahead of us." So we heard the initial reports, and it looks like, his kids were in the car with him during this tragic accident. And Gracie, his daughter, is, at the time of this post, was headed into surgery and not moving her legs. So I'm guessing into surgery, she was paralyzed, and they're going to try to salvage what they can. I can't even, I mean, I don't believe his wife was in the car, because this seems like a very bad accident. So I mean, for her to be totally good and posting, so to get that phone call that you just lost your husband and your daughter is clinging to life, as it is, she can't move. I mean, how do you get... Thankfully, Jay Lee is in stable condition. Serious injuries, though, and they're having her rest. I can't even... I don't... And this is why I didn't make anything last night, and I don't have an opportunity over the next 24 hours to speak on this. So this is it. It's almost... as I always am on this channel with you guys, I'm going to be very real with you. And, it goes back to the whatever it is, 5, 6, 7 stages of grief. One of them is denial. Well, another one of them is anger. And, people always like to say, "Oh, BC, you're so angry, man, and you're so negative when it comes to wrestling's product today." Well, that's because I feel wrestling is in the shitter. It can be and should be so much better. So when I chose to do a review and critique channel, I didn't want to bullshit. I didn't want to just say everything is awesome. I didn't want to. I want to try to help make wrestling be the best thing in the world again by having more people, more wrestlers like the Briscoes on our television that can captivate us again. And it almost turns into frustration, because on one hand, it's so awesome to see the wrestling world stand up and show support and love, strength, prayer for Jay Briscoe and his family. It's so awesome on one hand, because that's exactly what should be happening. And on the other hand, you're almost angered that this love and support wasn't there from the beginning. Like, everybody is now standing up to show that solidarity with or for Jay Briscoe. And it's like, where were you guys when they could have used your support? They could have... It would have been cool if you had their back for years, paying the price for a controversy because of things they said in the past or did, and then apologized profusely, time after time, apologized for any controversies or anything that they said that upset people, or anything said that was out of sheer stupidity. And you grow up as human beings. It's just what you do. You can believe human beings don't change all you want, but people grow and they mature, right? So Jay apologizes time after time, and nobody wants to take it because it's a culture of canceling, right? And that's what everybody did for years. We can't have him in WWE. We can't have him in AEW. Tony Khan knew when he got ROH, he's got to put him in ROH somehow. But then we heard the story that Warner Media did not want him in AEW in any prominent role. So it's like, all right, we can have you in ROH. We cannot have you show up on our AEW show, though. You've been canceled. And it's like, where's everybody standing up and saying, whoa, this is one of the best tag teams in the world. They're passionate, second to none. Their intensity rivals any other. They deserve the biggest of stages and the brightest of matches. The ones they had recently with FTR, everybody is raving about. That's just the Briscoes at work. I wish you guys followed them even years before, because you'll see that's just what they do. Because it's FTR, they gained and garnered more spotlight. That's awesome. Okay. That's just what I'm used to, and people that follow the Briscoes. You would think those matches would finally get them on a big stage, but everybody just shut up, right? Everybody knew that they belonged on even bigger stages. Everybody knew that they apologized for any stupidity that was said. They felt like shit about it, and they wanted to move on. And career-wise, because they're so amazing at what they do, they absolutely deserved chances. And to see companies, certain companies, I've already mentioned a couple, just turn a blind eye, and then everybody else turns a blind eye. It would have been amazing to see this type of support that BC was trying to garner for years for the Briscoes. I've made videos on this shit where they deserve better, and it's high time that somebody gives them even a bigger chance for the rest of the world to see the work of the Briscoes. Like Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins says, being in the ring with Jay Briscoe got me my first ROH contract. He and Mark, being so selfless, helped Jimmy and I find our footing. Without him, I don't know if Tyler Black would ever have been Seth Rollins. After I signed with the WWE, Jay would come to the Salisbury house shows to drink beer and hoot and holler. If he loved the business, and he was a great human and friend. Bigger than that, he was an absolutely adoring father and husband. Jay was one of those people who was always legitimately happy to see you. He had a twinkle in his eye and a hug waiting for me no matter how long we went without seeing each other. I'm crushed knowing that warmth is gone. My thoughts are with his family and friends. He was special. And again, this is not anger toward Rollins or any specific person in a company or that they should do something. Absolutely not. It's just generalized anger that this type of love and support wasn't there for Jay when he was still with us. And that's a common problem in the world, right? It's been since the beginning of time, right? Unfortunately, someone will always find out how much they were loved and appreciated when it's too late. That's just what we do as human beings. We always think we have more time. We see somebody else going through a lot of shit and we just turn a blind eye. They'll get better. They'll be okay. I got my own fucking issues. I get it. I love what Seth Rollins is saying here. It's such a beautiful tribute. The anger, the frustration with somebody who has just enjoyed the work of somebody like Jay Briscoe for years and respected the dude so much because professionally he captivated me like not many do. It's very frustrating not to see this support when they could have used it the most while he was still with us. You don't have to wait until somebody's gone to tell them you love them, or that you appreciate them, or that you respect them, or to help them get to certain places that they belong. I'm seeing the wrestling world stand up and send prayers and love and thoughts and tell awesome stories, and it's amazing. That's what should be happening, because they deserve that at the bare minimum. So that's exceptional. It's frustrating as hell. I'm just giving you guys my raw thoughts, man. It's the next morning. You guys know how much I love fucking Jay Briscoe. I'm giving you my raw thoughts, man. There's a little bit of fucking frustration that we don't do this when people are fucking alive. Help them out. Tell them how much you appreciate them. Tell them it's bullshit, right? Rollins, I'm just using him as an example, man. Much love and respect to Rollins. Beautiful tribute to Jay. But let's stick with Rollins, right? What if you fucking call up Jay and be like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you not here? Let me see who I can talk to. This is bullshit. You know what I mean? Maybe BC's built differently. But when BC has a real bond with somebody, and I know they deserve more. I've done it my whole fucking life. I make sure I will put my own career on the line, my job, wherever I am. I will put that on the line to make sure that somebody who I feel deserves more, better, gets it. That's just how I'm built. That's how I was raised. And the wrestling world just got scared and they turned a blind eye. Sucks for them. Hey, much love, man. You know, I'll see you at the bingo hall later, maybe next weekend. I'll catch you. But I got to catch my flight. We're going to we're going to the Staples Center, whatever they're calling that now in LA. You know, we got Monday Night Raw tonight. You know, wrestlers don't want to lose their spot. They know that if somebody was canceled, they don't want to fucking touch that, right? It's a shame. I just hope that Jay knows that he didn't need all these people he didn't need any help per se. He didn't need everyone to stand up and tell him how appreciated he was and how loved he was. He didn't necessarily need any of that. It just would have been nice. But I hope he knows that there were so many of us like BC that were, day after day, standing up for that motherfucker. And know what he has earned, not just deserved. I could sit here for hours and go through the whole wrestling world, talking about Jay Briscoe, but that's not what this is about at all. This is just my thoughts early morning, the next morning, and it's probably all over the place, and that's fine. I can do that. I can be all over the place. I can talk about there's video circling of him and his daughter dancing. You know, you don't know Jay Briscoe. You hear some things and you say, wow, that's not nice. What he said in the past. Well, what the fuck? Are you on a fucking gold throne? Are you literally the character Mr. Perfect, but in real life? That's awesome for you. I'll give you a round of applause if you're perfect. If you're expecting that from everyone else, I've said some fucking horrible shit I've done fucking horrible shit back in the day. You grow up, you mature, you get better, right? You don't know somebody just because of some things that were said or done in their past. I mean, look at this guy dancing with his daughter and trying to do a cheer routine. That's the family man that every wrestler that really knew him said that's who he was. He was an adoring, caring, loving father. This was a wrestler, man. He may look the part really good and play that off beautifully, which made him epic in the ring and in this industry. But in real life, he provided food on the table. He was there for his daughter's cheer practices. He was there for his wife in any of her times of need or just joy, to bring her joy. That is a man. You don't even have to agree with what he does in his life today. It doesn't matter. He's a good dude at the core. Maybe you just didn't follow him for all those years like BC and many others. That's fine. So maybe you shouldn't be talking about it. I could go on and on. I'll just leave it at that. This went longer than I was anticipating. But Jay Briscoe, 84-23, 38 years old, bro. Much love to Jay, Ashley. The prayers are tenfold. You don't even got to believe in a higher entity. There is absolutely power in prayer because the family sees this and gets strength from it while they're waiting in a hospital, not knowing what's going to happen with her daughter. they see all this support and all the prayer emojis and all that, and that gets a family stronger. So when they go into the room and they hold the hand of their daughter, that strength is felt. I hope you guys understand. That's why we say there's power in prayer, in power in sending that type of love. That's why we say that. And Ashley's statement, again, we need prayers. Gracie is on her way into surgery on her back. Jay would want the whole world praying for his little girl. We believe in the power of prayer. Pray for the doctors and everyone working on her. Pray for her precious legs to move again. Pray for Jay Lee, who has some pretty serious injuries but is stable and resting. Pray for Gannon waiting at home. Pray for strength for all of us. We have a long, long road ahead of us. That's exactly what we're going to do, Ashley. To Jay, don't worry about your legacy. You will never, ever be forgotten. Your memories, your matches, your moments, they live on. And thankfully, people like BC will make sure that we rock your name out with the utmost respect, with the most amplified of measures imaginable. I will guarantee you that, Jay Briscoe. I'll leave you guys with one of my favorite promos. If you don't know a lot about the Briscoes or Jay Briscoe, man, spend a while in the next several days just going through all their awesome promos, man. They did hundreds of promos. You can just put up Briscoe's promos. I don't know what to look up, but you'll see just them on their chicken farm. Fucking Delaware, or like it says, somewhere in Delaware, whatever the fuck. And it's just them just cutting the best promos of all time. You watch the Briscoes promos on their chicken farm, and you really start to think, well, shit, if only today's wrestlers on your WWE or your AEW, if only they could cut promos like this, if only they were real like this and captivated your attention with their words alone, wrestling would be in a better state than it is today. The wrestling industry wouldn't be on life support. The wrestling industry wouldn't be in the shitter. But it is, because there is no larger-than-life wrestlers anymore that captivate you. Their words captivate you? No. They put you to sleep. They can barely talk today, but they can flip. They can dive. Watch all their promos. They're great. One of my favorite ones I just call Simple Mathematics. Jay just won the ROH championship. He gets out of the pickup truck. I think Mark's like getting gasoline tanks in the back of the truck. And Jay's like, why you shocked? Why you shocked? It's basic mathematics. It's 1 + 1. The grass is green. The sky is blue. Jay Briscoe's the ROH champion. It's basic math. It's kindergarten math. One of my favorite promos. I'll leave you guys with that, man, just to give you a taste of Jay Briscoe and why he will never be forgotten. Jay, much love, my man. You're the best. Best of the best. I spoke so highly of you for years on this channel. That won't change. Thank you, my friend, for all the memories. You're the best. Check you.
I tried to tell y'all, man. I tried to tell y'all how it was going down. Y'all ain't want to listen to nobody, did you? Now y'all act all surprised. People saying, I'm shocked. I can't believe Jay Briscoe won the world championship. What the hell's so shocking, man? I ain't been pinned in over 2 years. I dropped the big man on this big ass pumpkin and got the 3 count. It's simple. It ain't rocket science. It ain't even algebra. It's basic mathematics, man. It's kindergarten. Kindergarten shit, man. 1 + 1 is 2. The grass is green, the sky is blue. Jay Briscoe is the world champion. Ain't nothing hard to figure out, man. What y'all so shocked for? I told y'all how it was going down. I told y'all I'm serving these boys ice cold plates. You want some, come get some. What y'all shocked for, man? I'm the world champion. I ain't been pinned in over 2 years. End of the story. Basic mathematics. Kindergarten shit, man. Surprise. Come on, man.